Hey guys, welcome back to Cooking with the Frisbees.
And gardening.
Yes, should I say cooking and growing. Yesterday we did a great cooking video. I can't wait for Keith to put it up. It's pretty cool. It's making our own homemade breakfast sausage. It was really good. But yeah, so we're gonna do our first official garden tour. Everything is planted. All the seedlings are either in the ground or in pots. And so today I'm gonna show you how everything's doing.
That was what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, these are our two new raised beds. We're trying to figure out what we want to do to encompass them, like to circle them. This is an awkward...
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. So we're gonna have to figure something else out.
I've got some ideas.
Yeah, so until then, but check it out. The first time it's ever grown real radishes. You can see them. Look. Ah, I'm so excited. Look at all of them. Because if you look back on a couple of years ago, I was trying to grow radishes because they grow pretty fast, and they were all tubular. They just looked like little weird shaped. None of them ever got bulbous like a real radish. So I'm super excited. It's probably time to harvest some of them and then replant again. So stick around. Maybe I'll make something with them, like radish salad. Ooh. Could be good. And my beets are in here as well. They are not doing as well. Again, beets are supposed to be pretty prolific, so I think I'm gonna have to go a second round and replant those. This bed was really heavily grassed. The hay that we bought at the beginning of the season was actually a seed hay, so it was literally like what you would throw out on property to grow hay. So we have a lot of grass in a lot of our beds. Now that we have the right stuff though, I've been trying to weed out some of that grass. So I do have some broccoli and cauliflower in here, but it's starting to get super warm, so I don't really expect them to do much of anything. I kind of wanted to see what they would do like in early spring, but they weren't very healthy, and they're still not super healthy. You can see they're kind of spindly. But the one thing that I do have left, remember when I planted those onions from an onion that had sprouted in my pantry? I still have one left. Actually, there's two. There's another one right here. So I have two left. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Maybe I'm growing onions. You never know. But you'll see this all over the property. These are potatoes! I'm so excited.
First time.
It's a first time for us. My mom said they used to grow potatoes all the time in South Carolina when they lived there where I was born. And so we're trying it here. I have them, I'll show them a couple different places in the yard just because I had bought a big box of them and needed somewhere to put them. They're getting pretty big though. So
Yeah, they're really bushy.
They're very bushy. So we'll see how they do. But this is the best part of my gardening. Tomatoes, come on down. Check these out. They are growing like wildfire.
Yeah, they really are.
I mean, they're just, I need to tie some of these up. They're a little out of control, but I've got lots of flowers on everything. The cherry tomatoes actually have tomatoes on them. So just waiting for those to ripen. But yeah, these are all cherry tomatoes. Some of them are golden nuggets, so they'll be yellow. And some of them are the regular red cherry. These are lemon boys. So this is a big boy tomato. Oh no, the wind broke it.
Is it broken?
It's broken. Well, you know what that means. I'll just have to come out here and put it in a pot.
Yeah, it'll grow.
Right? But so these are lemon boys, so it's a regular big boy tomato, but it's yellow instead of red. And on the other side are the regular big boy tomatoes. And those have lots and lots of blossoms on them, so I'm hoping that we should be having tomatoes really soon. Super excited about that. And then what we have in this bed is kind of hodgepodge, but I went ahead and planted the squash. We always plant our squash in here and it does really well. I just planted these 2 weeks ago, so from seed, direct sow, and they're already doing pretty good. The other thing I put in here is some peppers. So we are determined to grow bell peppers this year.
Can't stand it.
So we're gonna keep trying. There is actually another one in here, but it's really tiny. I mean, these guys just haven't even done well, even as seedlings. So I don't know what's wrong with them. But over here, I have a couple of different things. This is what I was telling you, Keith, about something's been eating it. So these are beans. These are my long beans that we love. So something's been kind of eating at them, but some of them are doing super well. Like this one looks nice and healthy. It's reaching toward the sky. And then this is spinach. Again, something is eating it. Only 2 of my spinach plants took, so I should probably resow those as well. And on the other side is peas.
Wow.
So we have both
Look at all those peas.
sugar snap peas and we have shelling peas. So I figured it out. The dark green ones are the shelling peas and the light green ones are the sugar snap peas. So just have to remember when I pull them because they look exactly the same. Just the shelling peas have a thicker outside, and so they're not. You can't eat the whole shell and everything.
See if
So,
I can show them that color difference.
yeah, here's a
I
good
can
example.
See it. Yeah, that's a great example. See the color difference there? That one is just very dark green, and one is a lighter green,
Right.
and that's the difference.
Yeah, and you can really tell the difference when you bite into them. So I was trying to figure out why some of them were so chewy, and sure enough, I figured it out. And I went back and I looked at my pea packet, and one is a shelling pea and one is a sugar snap pea. So, and then look at, I have got all kinds of cucumbers coming along. So I have silver slicers, I have pickling cucumbers, I have Armenian cucumbers. My dill is flourishing. I also have romaine in this bed, so I have it at both ends. It won't continue to go through the summer, so as soon as it starts to get real warm, I'll just have to pull it and eat it. And we have, right? We love a good salad. And then this is my watermelons. I got 2 of them. He's not as strong, but this one seems to be doing well. So last year, I think we got a total of 6 of the sugar baby watermelons. I gave 1 away and we ate the others. Oh, and I made that watermelon juice. I juiced it and made a watermelon juice. That was yummy. So come on back here. So this is what we finished yesterday. This is my eggplant. So I have 2 types of eggplant. I've got Hansels, which are about they get to be about 3 inches long, but they're really yummy with stir fry. If you're a person and you think you don't like eggplant, try the little Hansels.
Yeah, because I didn't like eggplant.
Yeah, you thought you didn't like eggplant. And then these ones are the big black beauties, the big ones you see in the grocery store. So we had a couple of those last year. They were really yummy. Behind that is potatoes.
That is ridiculous.
More potatoes. And seriously though, some of these, so the first 2 rows are from my pantry where they had like slipped behind where the garlic is and they started to sprout. And so I put them in the ground and oh my God, they're going crazy.
We're gonna have potatoes.
We're gonna have some serious potatoes, but I'm excited.
Let's see, we still have the remnants of the strawberry patch.
Yeah, there's still some sprawling strawberries. Of course, they're not doing anything. So here is a very, very sad story. And we're gonna see what happens.
So far.
I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. This is my peppers. So we've got jalapeno peppers, we've got shoshito peppers, we've got poblano peppers, and then I have a red sugar baby pepper that I have never grown before. I got them from the Mises. So they are actually the healthiest of the peppers, but they're that'll be the hottest pepper that I have, but they also have a real sweet note to them. So we'll see how those do. Hopefully everything, I mean, some of these are really, really small, but
we've always had great luck in this bed with peppers. I don't know what's going on this year. They're just kind of stunted, but
we'll see what happens though. I'm not giving up on them.
As the weather warms up.
Yes, and it is nice and muggy today. So coming up here, ta-da, more potatoes.
Oh my God. We went a little potato crazy.
We did. Well, I had bought that case of potatoes. It was like 25 buds that
we have our, what did we plant here?
This is jasmine, so we have one on either side. They are crawling, so it should end up, the rose bush that we had in here was just dead, like nothing else. It was like brittle. So we took it out and we replaced. The jasmine is supposed to be really easy to grow. It likes both hot and shade. Heat and shade, sun and shade. It
smells just divine.
Oh my gosh, they smell amazing.
These little white flowers that just keep coming.
They look like little pinwheels. They're so cute. So up here is our asparagus. This is only year 2. So yes, they look a little mealy, but hopefully starting next year, we'll start to actually get real asparagus that are edible, that are of normal size. Here we have kale, which we've eaten on a couple of different times.
That's really healthy looking kale.
It's super healthy. This was the bed that we were trying to grow cucumbers in before, and we could never get it to grow. Well, we came to the understanding that it's possibly due to the runoff from the yard when they spray the yard. So I did put some more cucumbers in here. They're towards the back. They look pretty healthy so far.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But the kale is obviously doing really well. And then the herb garden. So I've planted the spring onions, right here. They come back every year. So, and then if I buy green onions in the grocery store, I just plant the little white parts. I plant them. So they just keep growing and growing and growing. And then I did put in rosemary, basil, oregano, and sage. They normally would have come back, but because of the crazy winter weather that we had, it really just killed them back all the way to their roots. So
you can see over there, we had spare tomato plants. So this was an experiment. I just threw them in there yesterday because they were extra and they were so big that tomato plants grow along the ground. So I'm just gonna throw them in there and see what happens. I don't know.
I don't know, we'll see. So come on up this way. So we really are about, if there's a space, we can plant something in it.
Grow food.
So we definitely are doing that this year. And we have lots and lots and lots of container plants. So this here, Keith put in yesterday, kind of leveled it out a little bit. Those are yellow pear tomatoes. So they're like little cherry tomatoes, but they're yellow. So those will be fun. I got those from the Mises as well. This here is more of the red sugar peppers that we have down there. I had some extras, so I just threw them in a pot.
Why not?
Why not?
What's the worst that happens is we end up giving it to neighbors.
I know, right? And then this is a bell pepper. I told you, we planted bell peppers kind of everywhere. We are hell-bent on trying to make sure that we get real bell peppers. But check this out.
2 weeks.
No lie.
If you guys go back and watch the first video of the spring planting, like that is just phenomenal.
I mean, it was like this big.
Yeah.
When we first put it in. Like, it's just gone crazy. I don't know if it's been the weather or the rain or the humidity. I don't know.
Who knows?
But this is another one,
Again,
nice.
that was again the same size.
Yeah.
And look at how thick that stalk is. Like,
and I'm not pruning the ones that are in pots. Typically I prune, especially in those 2 beds down there, because we have so many tomatoes in them. You need to kind of prune them so that the airflow can keep getting through. So But these I don't really prune. I just let them do what they want to do, and boy, are they doing it.
Some kind of season we're gonna have.
I know. So here's another bell pepper.
Bell pepper, determined.
Hopefully.
I eat them every morning, so
I
just
know.
get so tired of having to buy them.
So it looks like I put this one in the other day.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, it looks like something may have eaten it.
It does.
So I don't know. I'm gonna let it go. It's the cherry tomato. We love this place for cherry tomatoes because we walk out here all the time, out the basement, and just grab tomatoes and eat them.
Snack.
Bell pepper.
Hey, I'm telling you right now.
It's kind of like the potatoes. They're just everywhere.
Too bad. Love them.
So we still have, oh wait, no, the tomatoes. So you remember this raised bed from last year?
Mint bed.
Yeah, and it was mint, and it just keeps coming back. So, and again, here we are, and it came back. Keith just threw a big thing of compost in here, but again, we had some leftover tomatoes, so it's experimental.
Whether they happen or whether they don't.
This doesn't get a ton of sun, as you can see. But I know the mint grows really well in here, so I'm going to make the assumption that we can grow tomatoes. This is our blackberries. We have 2 of them.
There's blackberries on them.
There's blackberries on them. We've never gotten them to ripen to a real sweet. Usually the birds pick them off before we ever get a chance to eat them. So we'll see. But so that is our first official garden tour. Really looking forward to starting to get some tomatoes and being able to harvest. I did make a salad out of what we have. I used some kale and some romaine. I put a bunch of herbs in it, so it was fun. But I'm really looking forward to being able to start harvesting off of our farm.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining me today, guys. Stick around.
First official garden tour with more to come. Grow your own food. Freedom from the grocery store, especially with today's prices, right?
I know, right?
So thank you guys for watching. More to come. See you next time.